there! Welcome back to another segment of the Ratchet and Kim Possible Chronicles, the Lombax Secret. Last time, our traveling trio arrived at a spaceport on the planet they crashed on, Kabalia, and met with a smuggler who, after helping out with reactivating a gelatonium plant, managed to give them a ride to another planet known as Kortog and into Stratus City, and on the way there revealed that they are in the Polaris Galaxy, and after being dropped off in Stratus City, our traveling trio will need to find a way through the city to find whatever way to leave the planet. All right, guest narrator, the mic is yours.
Thank you so much for that. All right, let's get this started. As they made their way through, they fought off many of the Imperial forces that have been attacking and pursuing them relentlessly. Despite there being a lot of them, the group was able to fight through them with very little issues. Throughout the city were jumbo screens containing Tachyon making speeches constantly. There was no doubt that Tachyon was in control of the entire city. These constant speeches greatly irritated the group. Kim has had an incredibly powerful urge to smash the jumbo screens, so she did, much to Ratchet's amusement. However, it was greatly frowned upon by the Imperials, and they were being targeted even more because of it. Kim became just as much a prime target as Ratchet. As they reached a particular area, Clank began to notice something. Ratchet, Miss Possible.
What is it, Clank?
Those creatures. He was able to see the strange robots, much like the one he saw in his dream. They pointed directly towards a specific direction. They are telling us to go towards that building. Kim and Ratchet looked towards the same direction, but they couldn't see the robots at all.
Creatures? What creatures?
The communicator made a strange noise. Kim went to check on it.
Did you get your wires crossed on that crash?
He walked off. Kim was busy checking on the communicator. Suddenly, the strange robots surrounded Clank. They lifted him up. Kim stopped checking on the communicator, looked up, and noticed this occurring. Ratchet turned back around and noticed Clank with a new set of wings. Clank attached himself back onto Ratchet's back.
Clank, have you been modifying yourself in private?
Absolutely not, and I do not care much for your tone. Ratchet seemed a bit annoyed.
All right, you two, let's just get going already.
Ratchet lifted up and flew off. Kim followed after him on her jetpack.
Where are we going? Don't know. Why don't you ask Clank?
Ratchet, the Lombax is airborne. He's heading for the Hall of Knowledge.
Did you guys hear that? We're in the typo again.
I did. Apparently there is a specific location that we are being taken to.
By who? The imaginary creatures? All right, that's enough out of you.
They kept on flying through the city until they were able to reach the Hall of Knowledge.
So, this must be the Hall of Knowledge.
The Lombax has penetrated our defenses and infiltrated the Hall of Knowledge.
I would say that's a yes.
Lock it down and run him out before he accesses classified information.
Come on, let's hurry and seek out that classified information before we get blasted again.
Yeah, let's get to that.
Hang on.
They rushed in as fast as they could. As they made their way through the entire place, they were faced with more enemies and other hazards that made the stroll through anything but simple. Along the way, they listened in on a computer voice.
Attention, citizens. You have entered the Hall of Knowledge without authorization. Knowledge has been declared contraband by order of Emperor Tachyon. Any attempt to learn while on premises will result in permanent confinement in Zordum prison. Sounds like whatever it is in here is something that Tachyon doesn't want anyone to know about. Come on, let's find out what that is.
They went further in, but not without being interrupted again.
Attention, citizens. The knowledge in this hall is protected by traps and puzzles so deviously complex they will fuse your neuron pathways should you attempt them. For your own safety, turn back immediately. Oh, so not. I can handle a few challenging puzzles.
Well said, Kim. They continued on through. They seemed to have handled a lot of the traps and puzzles quite well, solving and surpassing them with ease.
Attention, citizens. You appear to be more clever than we anticipated, but the security measures of this level of the facility are more devious than the last. Spare yourself the object humiliation of failure and turn back now. Okay, this computer voice is really getting on my nerves. Just ignore it. We have to keep going.
They rushed through some more. Along the way, things have gotten even tougher. Despite all of that, they were able to manage them and kept on going.
Attention, citizens. This is your final warning. The knowledge contained in this hall has been classified as a threat to the Empire. Any attempt to enter the Imperial map room will result in a very painful and irreversible death. Whatever. We don't scare so easily. Let's keep at it. We should be there soon.
They continued on fighting through and made their way into a ventilation shaft. They crawled through without stopping. He's in the ventilation shaft! We cannot allow the Lombax access to the databanks!
What could be in the map room that the Empire doesn't want us to know about?
Guess we'll find out soon. After they fought through more enemies, they arrived within the map room. Many enemies were waiting for them. They blasted away at the group, but they were able to fight off all of them with very little problems. After the fight, everything calmed down.
Glad that's over with.
Clank went over to a console and checked on the databanks. So why are we here again? At that moment, they saw holographic images of a few planets. Clank immediately took notice of one of them. It was a sandy-colored planet. Festoon. Interesting. What's so special about that planet? According to the database, it is a Lombax planet. Both Ratchet and Kim were startled from the news.
Lombax planet?
Just then they heard sounds of more of the Imperial forces trying to break into the map room. Ratchet and Kim made a run for it towards an escape pod directly outside. Download the coordinates! We'll take the escape pod! But Ratchet, the database, also says, there's no time for that! Come on! We have to get out of here! Clank hesitated for a bit, but then rushed out. As soon as the Imperial forces were able to break in, Kim, Ratchet, and Clank boarded an escape pod and took off. They flew through space in the pod. It was another long flight, and the cramped pod made it seem even longer. Eventually, they were able to arrive at planet Festoon. They flew towards a run-down, empty city on the planet's surface.
You are now entering Festoon.
The pod prepared itself to land.
Touching down in 5, 4...
The pod then landed on the ground suddenly before it finished counting down.
Oops, 3, 2, 1.
They stepped out. They seemed a bit worn down.
Oh, the only thing worse than how cramped that pod is was the unforeseen rough landing.
She looked out towards the city, shocked and amazed.
Whoa! Just look at this place!
Yes, it appears that something terrible happened here.
So, this is the Lombax planet? Where are the Lombaxes? Where is everyone?
As I have tried to mention earlier, the planet was deserted years ago.
What could have happened here?
Ratchet hesitated for a bit as he tried to process the reality of everything he was seeing. Come on. Let's look around and figure out that for let's look around and figure that out for ourselves. He rushed off. Kim and Clank exchanged concerned looks with one another, then went off after him. As they scurried through the city, they looked around at the devastation it underwent. Ratchet then stopped as soon as something grabbed his immediate attention. Hey guys, look! He rushed off. Kim and Clank went after him.
Ratchet!
They soon found themselves in front of what appeared to be an inactive ship. Kim noticed as Ratchet was despondent from the sight of it. He went up to it and laid his hands on it. Kim and Clank were close by him.
Ratchet?
He remained wordless for a bit. We have to fix her. Kim was spellbound a little afterwards. Ratchet, we must be practical. Tachyon will find the pod's flight path. He could be here any minute. Clank, please. I need to fix her. Clank could not say another word.
Actually, this could be of good use to us. We would be able to have our own ship instead of having to hitch a ride each place we go.
Well, there's that, but also, she could be what's left of the Lombaxes, my own people. Kim stood by. She felt sympathetic towards him.
Yes, I figured as much.
Oh, very well, but I do not know how we will be able to fix it. It looks as though we cannot with the way that it is. Kim switched on the communicator.
Wade, are you still there?
Kim, where are you? My sensors have indicated that you guys are on another unfamiliar planet.
Yeah, long story short, again, we hitched a ride on a cramped and impulsive escape pod to this planet called Fastoon after we discovered it and that it's a Lombax planet.
Whoa! You discovered a planet that could be the Lombax's homeworld? What's it like? Did you find other Lombaxes?
No, just a deserted, run-down, and totally wrecked city, but that's beside the point. Think you can help us with something?
I can try. What do you need?
Well, Ratchet managed to find a very old Lombax ship, and he seems to be very adamant with repairing it. Do you think it's doable?
Let me take a look at it. Kim gave Wade a chance to look into the ship. The ship itself seems a bit broken down and barely functional, but it seems to be very well put together, for the most part.
But can it be fixed?
It may no longer be functioning, but it is salvageable.
Really? That's great!
Any ideas on how we should fix it, Wade? I'm picking up readings from a few pieces of Lombax technology. We could use them to repair it and return it to its old self, perhaps even better.
Can you find where they are?
They're scattered throughout the entire area. I've managed to track all of them down. Thank you, Wade. Come on, let's go retrieve those parts. They rushed off and went searching the area. They spent a good chunk of time searching the place. They were able to find some of the parts needed to repair the ship. However, there was only one part that they couldn't retrieve, which was in the raritanium mine. There was no way in except for one crawl space, which was large enough for only Clank to crawl through. So he did just that. As soon as he entered, he encountered the mysterious robots again. As he got near them, they reacted and responded to his presence by saying, "Sony!" which was apparently what they were called. The Zoni followed him through the mine. Along the way, they helped him through with the use of their unusual abilities, such as lifting things with telekinesis of sorts, including Clank himself. As soon as he got close to the end of the mine, they surrounded him and shined a bright flash of light, which was inserted into him. From this light, he saw an image of a dark world as well as many dark creatures shrouded in black that were very difficult to distinguish. They will return. After the vision, the Zoni were gone, and Clank was completely alone. He was able to spot one of the parts for fixing the ship and left the mines. Directly outside, Kim and Ratchet waited for him. He was able to reunite with them and present them with the final part they needed. "You found it!" Kim then took notice of the look on Clank's face that seemed unusual. "You okay, Clank?" "I am fine. Let us return to the ship." He walked off. Kim and Ratchet followed after him. "I'm starting to worry about Clank. Something seems a bit odd about him." "I see what you mean. He's been acting weird lately." "Yeah, there is something weird going on, but not with Clank, although it does involve him." They made their way back to the ship. "Okay, I think we have all the parts we need. Let's get to work." Ratchet got started on fixing up the ship. Kim helped out. Clank helped out a little, but then stepped out afterwards. Almost an hour has gone by. Clank was standing by, nearly half asleep. Kim and Ratchet were just about finished up. "There, done. Hope it works." They got on to trying to start it up. It made a dull noise, but then that noise got louder. Yes! 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 It's working! The ship was able to lift itself off of the ground. Kim and Ratchet embraced each other in excitement. "This is incredible! I can't believe we actually pulled it off! I know! We did it, Kimberly! Kim? Time to turn on the fan! Is it plugged in?" "You should have plugged it in before you turned on the recording." "Oh, shut up again." There, on. All right, let's get started. "Miserable little droplets. I can't believe they use sicker animals. Oh, what a bunch of cheats. Oh, a Lombax. I thought I'd never see one again. Thanks for repairing me." No problem. This ship just talked." Ratchet looked at her in a concerned and irritated manner. "I'm guessing you don't see anything like this on your planet." "Actually, I haven't seen a talking vehicle since that one mission involving Dr. Freeman, that scientist that installed artificial intelligence into his car, as well as all of his electronic appliances." "You met a scientist on Earth who installed AI into his appliances? That sounded like one really bizarre human being." Kim answered the communicator. "Kim, Ratchet, Clank, I just picked up on something. There's been a shuttle crash on a distant planet called Morrow. You guys may need to check it out." "Of course, let's go." "Ah, yes. Let us get going post-haste." They got themselves into the ship. Clank sat on the other end of Ratchet. Kim sat directly in the middle. They took off and flew away.
Oh man, that is just too good. I think that should be enough for now. Next time, our trio will be flying through space on their way tomorrow. But what will be happening then? Stay tuned. Until next time, I will be seeing you again. Where is it? Yeah, I'll